Thanks for joining us for the monthly video. I'm Lisa from Shady Tree Stitches, and this month we, of course, as usual, we have got Nat Stitches.
Hello.
And we have got BethAnn from Stitching in Twilight this month, back again after a few months' absence. Welcome back, BethAnn.
Thank you.
All right, we got lots of monthly things as usual to talk about. So we might get started with, let's do NoNewStarts.
Okay. This month and right now we've got the whip riff-off. So I released the theme word yesterday for us. Today it was probably about midnight actually thinking about it. And the theme is laughter. So from there, it needs to be a clear link from that word laughter into the first whip of your riff off. And then
should we give some hints what we came up with, maybe to give people ideas?
Well, I came up with, you go first.
All right. I actually am going to be, I'm not going to show you, but my heirloom stitching sampler. It's got a whole bunch of people sitting around stitching together, and every time I get together with my friends stitching, we laugh. So I'm linked it with laughter because my stitchy friends and I laugh a lot.
BethAnn, are you doing the event?
No, I haven't had a chance to think about it. But I would probably go with my Nellies because you giggle every time you see elephants. They just make you happy.
Yeah. That's right. And doing that, you would get a bonus. You would get the bonus because you're stitching on an elephant, a whip with an elephant.
There you go. Wow. Looks like BethAnn might be starting now. She'll get a bonus entry straight away, even if that's what she does.
Exactly. I will be stitching on. Let me share the screen just quickly. There we are. I will be stitching on my Heaven and Earth because at the base of these columns you can see bunting, and bunting means party, and there's teacups and sandwiches
and fish and chips. That's party in England too.
Yep, that is all party in England, and party is laughter.
That's true. Having fun, laughter. That's good. So excellent. So that's what we're doing, and then from that we take it away and go from there.
That's right.
Awesome. And if you want more details about that, check out the short video on NoNewStarts that Nathalie and I did a few days ago. It goes through in immense depth.
It does. It does. Make sure those links are clear. Terrific. Next up in NoNewStarts, we've also got the birthdays. What are we up to at the moment, Lisa?
Well, we're in the middle of the birthday, the 1st to the 15th of April. And you're going to make me look that one up because that was one that still in my diary says to be confirmed, but I know it has been confirmed, so I have to look it up. I think we decided on something just Easter related, but give me 2 seconds and I can dig it up.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah,
go. Anything you can tie into an April Fool's Day joke.
And guess what? That links into laughter again.
Yes, it does. So how brilliant is that? You can double dip.
And that's where my inspiration for the theme word came from, actually. I realised it was April Fool's Day and I had been fooled.
That's cool. Well, I'm glad you got fooled. I didn't. I managed to get my kids with a pinch and a punch. That's about all I had. Not even any kids at school tried to fool me.
Disappointing. The last one that we've got going at the moment in NoNewStarts that is a month long, but we're already halfway through, is Aries. It's part of our What's Your Sign challenge, and our prompts for that are fire, a ram or a sheep, a diamond, and the flowers are sweet peas and daisies.
Excellent. So you hopefully got them knocked over, but we did that on purpose so that not everything started on the 1st of the month, because everything else we talked about starts, well, for Nathalie and I yesterday, because it's currently the morning of the 2nd, but for BethAnn it's the 1st of April, so everything starts today for everything else.
That's right.
Well, let's do the daily
for
30.
5 more hours, it's still April 1st.
There you go. What do we got for Daily 30, BethAnn?
Okay, this month we are creating spring baskets. This month we will be creating and filling lovely spring baskets to celebrate the arrival of the new season. Here's how it will work. First, stitch yourself a basket. Put 200 stitches for 2 hours into a piece that has something that you will use for your basket in the design. This could be a basket, a bucket, urn, vase, etc. Anything that you can put things inside of. Be sure to show the design photo if you're not working on your actual basket yet. Post your beginning and ending photos on your post event. You'll receive 5 tokens for stitching your basket. You may stitch your basket starting now. This was actually posted, I think Tuesday.
It was a couple of days ago. It was great.
Yeah. Starting now, but please do not stitch for anyone else's basket until April 1st. On April 1st, you will be provided with the keyword to include in your beginning photos for each of the prompts. This word needs to be handwritten and posted with your starting photo for each prompt, not including your basket stitching.
And that is the word beginning, because it's published, so I think we can say it. And
Yeah.
please do it, because last month so many of us forgot to put it on all month. You have to have that word on every single one.
Very confusing last month.
Yeah.
But she released them really early last month because of mayhem, so people could plan and everything. It says, once you have your basket stitched, update your event post to let everyone else know your basket is ready to be filled. Then go and look for another member who has completed her basket and is ready for you to stitch something to put inside. Choose one of the options below and present to a Daily 30 friend. Post your beginning and ending photos on their thread to add to their basket, then update your main post that you stitched for that person.
Now, can I just interrupt? That is different to usual. So just to clarify for people who are watching, you're going to stitch your starting and ending. So I'm going to actually go to Nathalie's post and put my starting and ending photo on Nathalie's post. Then I'm going to go back to my post and say I gave flowers to Nathalie. That's different to what we've done before.
Yeah, it's flipped around.
Yeah.
Each item is 200 stitches for 2 hours for 2 tokens. Each item can only be stitched one time. And the items are as follows. Chocolate, stitched using a chocolate colored floss, brown, tan, white, ruby, or gold.
That's a lot of chocolate colors. Okay, so what are you going to do for chocolate floss, Nathalie?
Ooh. Let me think. What were the colors again, BethAnn?
Brown, tan, white, ruby, or gold.
Let me see. I'm just scrolling through. Oh, I think I will probably stitch on Joy in the Journey.
Because, look at that house.
Yeah, the house has got plenty of that browny, tanny colour.
Yeah. And also, I'll give a precursor here and a bit of a plug for us. Nathalie and I are both in the team McAfee in the Dynasty of Dragons, and we have made it to the grand finale of the first inaugural Ostrich Jousting Championship. So we are...
Okay, wait a minute. Are you sitting on ostriches?
Yes.
So we're not stitching on ostriches, but we are.
I meant, are you sitting on the ostriches?
Yes.
Giddy up.
I love that visual. Yeah. I love that visual.
And even more, 2 of our team from the Crystal Academy, Rougaroos. So we're Roo kitties. So we've got like the head of a kitty and the body of a Roo sitting on an ostrich. Anyway, the point is, we've got a 30-hour finale that starts in a couple of hours' time. So we will be trying to find stitching to do that is going to be as quick as possible. So I'd say Nathalie's stitching will be very much like mine. Let's find what can be quick and easy. And anyone who is in that group, like BethAnn, can be a rogue and feel free to do 200 stitches for a firecracker for us. We'd love that. That'll give us a hit against the opposition. And you to do that, you do it in our post. So you go to our little finale thread and put it in our post. You say, you start in your end photo and say, here's a firecracker for McCaffrey. That would be wonderful. There you go. I may as well utilize shameless plug for once. Okay, so with that in mind, I am planning to work on my big red ship of life because I have done about this much of the brown ship. And it's this repetitive, quick pattern to go across here. So I'm going to do a bunch of my brown ship for my chocolate. What about you, BethAnn?
I am going to be doing my new one, which is the Modern Folk Embroideries 2021 style Fruit of Plenty. And one of my colors is $7.79.
Oh, nice. Look at that. It's beautiful.
And I'm severely addicted to it. And I had to force myself to stop stitching it last month and stitch other things because I had things to do. So I've made this a zombie and it's going to get a lot of love. Because April just came out today and I need to try to catch up a little bit.
True. So, yeah, of course, you mention it while you get the next prop. Remember that zombie run's still going for daily 30. So you've got your 4 pieces, work on them. Yeah, I'm sure they'll come up in conversation, but we don't need to discuss it separately. All right, what's next?
Okay, fruit. Put stitches into a piece with fruit in the design.
Ooh, let me go back to my album. I would say I would be doing my Newcastle bouquet because that has fruit in it, but that's one of my zombie run pieces, so I can't use that.
Well, you can, but you don't want to.
You can.
I can, but I don't want to. Fruit.
What about your London? Isn't there strawberries in there?
Oh, let me double check. I'll pull it up. Let's see what we can see. No, that's a cricket ball, not an apple.
Yep, strawberries right above the teapot.
That's a bouquet of flowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I think just here at this corner of the plate of salmon.
Yeah, and looks like there's a raspberry or strawberry on the top of the tier too.
That's right. Yeah. So with the little cakes, that's right. There'll be a fruit tart up there. There's always a little fruit tart on there. Thank you. Great idea.
All right.
It popped into my head. So.
Well, the first one that popped into my head was actually this one. I have lots of fruit. It's not a problem. But my Lizzie Cake 4 Seasons I was trying to finish. And you can see here in summer, there's these strawberries. And I'm actually stitching on summer with the watermelon. So I'm going to do my summer one from the Lizzie Kate. Summer seasons.
BethAnn?
Fruit of Plenty.
Okay. There's fruit aplenty. There's fruit aplenty. Yes.
That's the name.
Great. Well, this is good. It's giving you an excuse to work on the one you want to work on.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, what's next?
Okay, candle. Stitch on a whip with either fire or something that lights up.
I can do London again. There is a pipe. There's Sherlock Holmes's pipe in it.
Yeah,
that definitely
plus
lights.
There's street lights.
All right, we're gonna have to wait for me to find mine. I'm looking. I actually have a couple of options. Once Upon a Fairy Tale definitely has fire in it, but again, keeping in mind with the desire to do some double dipping. Here we got it up. Try not to make you dizzy by scrolling through. I actually thought maybe my castle, my medieval castle, because all these lights are flaming torches in the hallway.
That works.
Mm.
All right, and plus it will tie in with one for the riff off, because my knight is in a uniform, isn't he, Nathalie?
He is in a uniform.
So I can get a bonus point. Woo!
Yay, person in a uniform gets a
Yep.
bonus.
Yep. All right, what do you got next? For you?
I'm
BethAnn?
gonna do shores.
Doors of Hawkman. Okay, let me see if I can find that for you. There's Christmas.
I'm still on the first block and the lighthouse.
I've got to get your whole album to load up before it lets me. Here it is. I got it. BethAnn's making me do the hard work.
Because my computer won't let me.
Okay. There's BethAnn Shores. So you're doing that one because the lighthouse lights up. That makes sense.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, the next one is cheese. Put stitches into a whip that has a cow in the design.
A cow.
Yes.
Cow.
Okay.
Ooh.
Now this one I know.
And if anybody did the one for the St. Patrick's Day pop-up and you get a free pass for the monthly, this might be a good one to use it for.
Yeah. I didn't get a monthly pass. I only got the weekly pass. And I don't.
And you just finished Anzac, and there's a big old bull in the middle of that one.
No, that's a sheep.
That's a sheep. But nice
Okay,
try.
free pass.
Can I
Mm.
can give you some hints for this because I've been talking about it a lot with people while we were discussing options. Just let me dig mine up and I'll show you my option first, and then I'll give you some alternatives that might actually be of some use to you. So hold on a sec. Firstly, I only have one cow, and my cozy cove, it's hard to see, but there's actually some white and black cows in that little field up the back.
Mm.
That is the only piece I have with a cow. However, there are other animals that have cows as the name for a female. And I'll just give you a couple of examples because I did some research for some friends. A female camel, crocodile,
Oh,
elephant,
of course.
and an elk, and also a rat. They're all called cows.
Oh, good idea. And also dolphins.
Oh, and whale.
Mm.
Yes. So if you have any of those things, I reckon, again, we have no jurisdiction to say this other than our opinion. The dictionary says a female that is called a cow. So I think if you were to put your little dictionary from Google in there with it, I don't think they can dispute it.
Oh, this is good because I've been looking for a reason to stitch to work on my back stitch for Anzac because there's crocodiles and whales on there.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's
And they're always saying think out of the box too. So
Yes, excellent.
So does that help you, BethAnn?
yeah, I can use Nellie's, but I think what I'm gonna do is I have the free pass from the St. Patrick's Day pop-up, so I'm gonna use it. I don't want to waste it, so I'll probably use it for that one.
Well, I'm just going to show
If I
Nellie's
didn't,
so
it would be
people
the
know what
Nellie's.
Nellie's is. This is Nellie's. Look at those cute elephants. But if you were to use, now here's a question for you, Nathalie. If she was to do Nellie's for this as another prompt, no, she can only use it once. Yeah, no, so she doesn't get a bonus.
No.
Yeah. In Whip Off, you can have as many bonus words on your whip as there are, but you can only use each whip once until you've cycled through your whole thing.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Bottled water. Stitch on a piece with water in the design.
Oh, golly. Let's see.
Is this gonna be my favorite one?
Well, Anzac has water.
Yeah, can you get it up? Because that's actually what I'm going to use.
Okay. All right, just sharing.
Again, because it's got a, I'm using it as a single thread, so it'll be quick to stitch on for.
Yep. So here we go. Anzac, these water and waves here, water and waves up here on the right as well. And look, there's whales and crocodiles going back to the previous prompt.
And big waves down the bottom left.
Yes, down here on the, oh yes, these.
Yeah.
These whooshy waves.
But I mean, I have lots of other options for water as well.
Yeah.
Water's a pretty easy one to do. So what's your poison for water, BethAnn?
Well, Anzac, shores of Hawkrun or Christmas at Hawkrun because there's lots of snow and there's a frozen lake.
All right, hold on. Let's have a look and see what we think of that. Do we like your idea about Christmas? Yeah, well, the frozen lake would definitely get it. And there's water there under the boat.
Yeah, and snow is
frozen water.
Yep. Yeah.
So there you go. Awesome.
Very good. Oh, that's given me an idea. I could also work on my Veronique Enginger. What's the word I'm looking for? Advent calendar pockets, because there's snowflakes on those as well.
Number 6 is flowers. Stitch on a piece with pretty flowers in the design. I've got tons of options for this one. So
yeah, no, that's a very easy one. So many options. I'm probably going to go to my linen and threads whip. I'm still yet to stitch my basket, and so it's got urns aplenty and flowers. So I think where I can, I will use that.
Flowers is very easy to do, but I'm actually just stitching in this part here. This is the one I was saying I gave to Sue, the flowers on my heirloom stitching sampler. So that's why she got the flowers. So
I will probably go with one of my songbirds or fruit of plenty because there's lots of flowers on this too.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Number 7 is perfume. Stitch on a whip with something you imagine would smell really good in the design. Again, this could go with flowers because flowers smell good.
It could go with bread or cakes or baking.
Yeah.
I'm actually very literal. I'm very literal. I'm going to go with Miss Christmas Eve because she's wearing perfume all dolled up for her party and she'd be smelling exquisite.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, she's wearing a green dress.
Oh, look at that. That dress is definitely green.
That is so gorgeous.
So that gets me a bonus for the riff off. What's next?
Honey. Stitch on a piece that has a bee or a bee skep in the design.
Okay, that's Joy in the Journey for me. It's got bees and a bee. What is a bee skep? Is this a bee skep? A bee hive? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bee skep.
Okay. Oh,
one of those cultural terms again.
It is.
Otherwise known as a hive.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm just getting to it. It's right down the bottom. So for me, this one's actually proving difficult for some people. And in fact, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking, you can't quite see. But in my spring, Lizzie Kate, there's bees buzzing around, and there's this whole pattern down here that I cut off on this picture is a whole bee picture. But I do have
there's bees in your summer too.
There is too. Okay, well, I've got bees on there. Hold on. But there's one other option I just want to show because a lot of people have this one, and I was helping last night, and we found that this one has the beehive in it.
Oh, Pandemic.
Pandemic has a big old beehive right there. So that will help people if they've got that one. It has a beehive. That's all I have for bees. But yeah, so they're the options for that.
Also, other options could be some of the blue flower whips.
Oh, definitely.
So quilting bee, sleeping bee.
The new Tudor bee.
The Tudor bee, that's right.
I'm going to go with Nellie's because there's a hut there and there's just bees all around the hut.
Yeah.
So. Okay. Number 9 is tea, wine, or coffee. Stitch on a piece that you can tie into one of these drinks.
Well, London has its teacups, but I've also got a whip that I'm yet to touch this year. That is blue china teacups. It's only partially stitched, and I don't have a cover photo for it. So,
Okay, hold on. I'm just getting mine up. Well, this one's a lot of people have, so it should be helpful to people. And that is stitch in time or a stitching shelf. And if you look up here in the top right, there's a glass of wine and a bottle of wine. So
yeah.
I will be going with the wine on the stitching shelf.
I'm probably gonna, again, the Fruit of Plenty, because there are plums in the center here, and you can use plums to make wine.
Okay, that works.
Wine. And number 10, and when I get done with this, there's extra instructions too, is a book or a journal. Put stitches into a whip with words or letters. In the design.
Natalie,
Me?
No, Natalie's gone quiet. I don't know what she was saying.
Lisa, can you go? There's noise in the background.
Okay, that's what she's saying. All right, here we go. I wasn't sure what she said, and I'm thinking, what? Okay, look, this is the first one I've got to. This is my friendship. And this is actually one that I'm going to tie in. It's going to flow through for my riff off. So we started with the heirloom stitching sampler, which made me laugh because I was stitching with my stitching friends, which then led me to my best friend, Jenny, obviously, the other half of Shady Tree Stitches. She and I are doing a stitching sale together. And then I'm going to link it to this piece because there's two girls stitching there. So that's my linkage. I just got to word it properly. And this has words and letters in it, and also will be quick and easy for my finale.
Awesome.
All right, I can speak now. I am going to stitch on Joyeux Noel because it's got words. They're French words, but it has words.
Words, yes. Beautiful. What about you, Miss BethAnn? Am I finding something?
I can either go with either one of my Hawk Run Hollows, the Nellies. I could just about anything. I have a lot of samplers, so they've got words or letters on them.
Yeah. Words is not too hard.
No, just like flowers, it's like universal in some way. There's at least one word somewhere in some chart.
Okay, extra instructions.
Yes. Please spread the love and stitch for as many different members as possible. You can, however, stitch more than one item for one person. Also try to stitch a different item than what is already in their baskets, if at all possible. If you complete at least 5 gifted items, you will receive a bonus of 5 tokens and a 200 stitch discount on our May monthly event to use any way you would like. If you complete all 10 gifted items, you will receive 2 free passes to use in 2 of our weekly events with a start date in May. You will receive the token amount for the highest stitch option without having to complete the stitches for that prompt. There is no build a challenge option for our monthly events, and these stitches must be separate stitches from any other prompt or event in our group. No double dipping within the group events, no alternate stitches this month. Happy stitching and gifting.
Wonderful. So that's daily 30. Now, what's Magical doing?
Magical is doing the monsters again. So just the same as the previous months, 500,000, 1,500. Stitch as many times on those prompts as you can. If you want to earn your dorm a healing spell, you need to stitch a set of all 3 monsters.
cool. And last month there was a bonus one. It hasn't actually been released for this month yet, so we're not sure if there's any bonuses or whatever, but the general principle is the same, which is awesome. And remember, you also can still work on building the cabins and then repairing the cabins.
Repairing the cabins. Ah, yes, of course.
5,000 stitches per cabin for repairing them. Only cost 2,000 to build them.
Yeah.
All right. Then they'll go to Semi-Sane. There is lots of things, as always, happening in Semi-Sane. As usual, no one will do all of them. It's just too hard. They try to cater to everyone so that there's something for everyone. So Semi-Sane have got their usual April focus, where you focus on a piece. Have you guys doing that one?
I haven't looked at it yet. What's happening with that one, Lisa?
Well, I don't know. You just focus on a piece.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Okay, so BethAnn has chosen her. She's got her Modern Folk embroidery cell. Okay. Then they've got the whip days. This month, and again, you only need to do one, but you can do more than one. Find a Rainbow, Zoo Lovers, Titanic, or Take a Chance. Try something new. Any of those jump out at you?
Shores for Titanic.
Yes, so it's anything with boats. Definitely Anzac would fit for boats.
Anzac will fit for boats. I'm not. There's a fair amount of back stitching that needs to be done. So, what's the stitch number for that?
Oh, you're asking me difficult questions.
Yes, I am.
I don't think there is.
No.
I think it's just you do something on that suits that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty relaxed. So
it's pretty relaxed. I actually like to try and do all four if I can. My Zoo Lovers, obviously, my Amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf, which is one of my zombie runs, so that can definitely get booked in.
Anzac will also fit for that too, because of all the animals on there.
Very true. Trying something new, I could actually use the heirloom stitching sampler that I'm doing, because there's lots of different fancy stitches, or even my alphabet. That's my zombie run, because I'm doing that with lots of different fancy stitches. So I should be pretty good for the whip days this month. Anything else for you guys jumping out?
Well, look, until recently I hadn't stitched any samplers. So yeah, my alphabet is a sampler, and so that is my something new.
Yeah, my alphabet is a sampler too. So I mean, plus I've got any one of them to choose from. So
awesome. Okay, then we've got Choose My Whip. So are you doing Choose My Whip, BethAnn?
Yes.
What got chosen for your week one? What were your choices?
My choices were the Modern Folk Embroidery, Fruit of Plenty, or Christmas at Hawthorne Hollow. And when I looked last night before I fell asleep, Fruit of Plenty was ahead by 2, but I haven't checked because they're doing a new thing now. You have to wait until the moderator of the group tells you which one won.
Oh, okay. Right. So you can't just start on the one that's won.
Yeah.
And you have to do a 500 minimum on the winner. It's meant to be your focus piece for the week, which for people who don't do 50 billion crazy things like us, that's a great idea. For me, it'll just be 500 stitches on it because I will be moving off. And then you're meant to actually work on your other one. But I put 2 of my zombie runs up. And last time I looked at my Amazing Animal Kingdom was winning.
Yeah, both of mine are zombie too. So I figure kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah. What about you, Nat? You haven't prepared? You've been too busy?
No, I'm not. No. My life's too crazy right now. Now,
a really cool new one they're doing this month that anyone can participate in is called Thread Stash.
Yes.
And the premise of this is that you stitch every day and you post your stitching. And you then have the opportunity the next day to go back and steal a skein of thread from someone's stash. So let's just say Nathalie was busy yesterday and stitched 100 stitches. Oh, well, I say yesterday because that was our 1st of April. I had a bit more stitching time and I got 500 stitches. So I could then go and I could go to Nathalie and steal one of her skeins of thread because she stitched less than me.
Mhm.
So my 10 threads now is 11 and Natalie's is 9.
Yeah, everyone's going to steal from me.
Yeah, but that's okay. Steal
Because
from Natalie.
steal from me. But look out, I'm stitching today, so I might
Yes.
get more than you.
Yes, that's so true. So you can only steal from anyone who stitched less than you can steal one of their threads. So if
Mhm.
you're interested in the specifics, go read the post. It has all the instructions there. But that sounds like an easy one to just add to our day and just, chuck it on.
With that, do we need to post start and finish photos, or we just state how many we did the day before?
I haven't actually read all the rules in detail yet. Sorry.
Okay.
I just looked at it and went, yep, that's one I think I might do. That would be cool.
Yeah.
And then the last one they've done, which I also haven't looked at because the letter wasn't up before I went to bed last night, is Go Stitch. It's a game of Go Fish. And it's really cool because they're going to spin a random wheel with a letter each day. And you have to stitch on, for 200 stitches, any whip that starts with that letter. So, for example, N was spun, BethAnn would be right with the Nellies.
Yeah.
So
I would stitch Newcastle Sampler.
Yeah, Newcastle Bouquet. And I have no idea. I'm sure I have something, but I have to think about it each day. So you do 200, but if you can't do 200 on the letter, you can do 400 penalty.
Great.
So I'm looking forward to starting that. I mean, it's now in our first day. So when I finish videoing, I'll go and look at it and get started. So that is Semi-Sane. So heaps of fun to be had there. Really good. All right. What else have we got?
Full coverage fanatics.
Yes.
Yes. So this month, the bookshelf is children's books. And it looks so lovely this month. So we've got, the themes are gardens, children, whimsy, because the books are The Secret Garden, and for that one, it's 3,310 stitches. Lion, Witch and Wardrobe, 2,060 stitches, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for 1,760 stitches.
Okay, well, I'm going to start this one. I'm pretty sure Once Upon a Fairy Tale would come in pretty handy for maybe second book.
Yes.
Also the first book.
And also Secret Garden as well.
Yes, but it
Yeah,
depends
because there's gardens and stuff there.
Depends if I want to do 5,000 stitches on it, which I don't.
Well, 3,000. Oh, but yes, no. Plus the Lion, Witch and Wardrobe. Well, that's right.
So that would be, that's definitely on the cards for me. What about you, BethAnn? Do you do full coverage?
Yeah, I haven't been doing as much full coverage this year. I've been distracted by other things. But I would love to do, I picked for my monthly focus for a full coverage this month, my 2 kittens.
Yep.
The Forever Friends. Because that's whimsical. They're kittens. They play. There's a basket of flowers there.
I'm looking for them. I'm looking. 2 kittens. You have a lot of
Previous little adorable little things.
Just doesn't help that I can't find them.
Oh, well, while you're looking, I will be stitching on my Teacup Dragon because he's magical and whimsical. So, yes. He's also a little bit literary as well with children's books.
All right, here we go. Here's the kittens. You know why I couldn't find them? They were the first whip.
I was going to tell you they're at the very top.
Well, you could tell me that, and then I wouldn't have to scroll through the whole lot. Very nice.
Yes, and they've got the pansies in their mouth, so whimsical and garden related. Lovely.
Yeah.
There's also a weekend event coming up in the middle of the month. The Confetti Conquistadors, and it's 16th to 18th of April, and I'm sure we'll touch on it in a future homework video. But if you're in full coverage fanatics and it sounds, Confetti Conquistadors sounds like something that is intriguing you, because I'm intrigued, head there, check it out.
Do you know, it's funny you say that.
For me. I'm having my second vaccine on the 14th. I'm going to be down for the count for a couple of days.
Oh, well.
So that's not going to happen for me.
I was actually driving to work yesterday. Funny you mentioned that. And I was thinking, sometime this year there'll be that confetti event. That might be a really good opportunity to actually get out some of my more confetti sections of my whips and knock a bit over while I'm doing the event, because I find that very motivating. Like if we're all sitting there doing confetti together, it's a lot more fun than just doing it by yourself.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem as daunting.
No. And you can laugh about, oh my goodness, I just had, 80 colours in that 100 block or whatever.
Yeah.
So, so I thought that'd be cool. I look forward to that. All right, is that all for full coverage?
That is it.
Right, and then the last monthly one is the Mythological. And again, they've done some fantastic prompts. This month's all about Japan. So the first one is 5 hours or 500 stitches. First one is a whip that you're unsure about or that was a dead whip that you resurrected.
Say that again?
A whip that you're unsure about or a dead whip that you resurrected. My album just jumped away, so I've got to get it up.
Oh no. One that I am unsure about. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. I've got one. It's my Ink Circles Celtic Beasties, Christmas or Not. Yeah, I started them last year just as a bit of a stash busting thing. I'm not convinced yet. I know that they'll look fabulous once they're stitched because my colour choices are going well, but yeah, I'm yet to be convinced.
Well, that's a good opportunity this month for you to dig it out and do 5 hours on it. I love the fact that these have an hourly as well as a number count, because I count for everything else. These ones I actually tend to do the hourly just to tie them in with the other prompts. So that's really good.
Yeah, and those ones will probably be good for me to take on the train, actually. So I've got a half an hour train journey each way to work. So there we go.
What about you, BethAnn? Anything while I'm trying to get my album back up? Although I'll go get your album back up. So
you're at Hot
really...
Run Hollow?
Yep.
I'm not liking the colors in it. So it doesn't have as many colors as the other Hawk Runs do. It's very minimalistic on them. So I think I'm going to be changing some colors. If I don't, I'm not going to continue stitching on it because I don't like them.
Fair enough. All right. Well, for me, it's actually would be I'm going with the resurrected side of things. Trying to find my resurrection in this list of 90-something whips. There it is. For me, I have recently resurrected my oldest whip, which is my yesteryear's number sampler. And last night or the night before when I was stitching on it, I realized exactly why it had gone to the dogs. Because this column over here is about 5 stitches too wide to what the pattern is.
Oh,
it's
no.
not going to matter. I can fudge it beautifully, but this block here is full coverage. And so obviously when I realized that mistake, that's probably why it got put away. Because back then that was way beyond me and I would have gone, oh, and I think I remembered I was talking about maybe just doing some of the blocks and not all of it. So I've resurrected that one and it's going much better now. So
can you just unpick it and take the 5 stitches out and redo it and make it even?
I doubt it because it's been that way for about 10 years and that would make it really messy, and it's linen. It's a really open weave linen, so no, I don't think so. But I've worked out a fudge, so it'll be okay.
Oh, that's good.
All right, next one is something with a shape shifter. Anything that you could make into a shape shifter. I mean, that could be anything.
Yeah.
Absolutely anything. You just have to spin the story. Any animal or person probably, or do shapeshifters shift into objects as well?
I guess they could.
Yeah, I thought
mostly
they.
go shift into
Mm.
animals or vice
Mm.
versa.
So anything with an animal or a person. So that's a pretty easy one. I don't think we need to cover it. Sea or water. Now, this is what I said. These tie in so well. We've already covered sea or water. So you can double dip to your heart content. And the last one actually double dips with the first one that BethAnn read out. The chocolate colour. You've got to stitch 5 hours or 500 stitches, not just 200, in grey or white. And when you read out the chocolate colours, white was one of the colours. So you could actually double dip and do white.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So for me, obviously my big red ship of life, and I actually am doing the whole bottom border in grey and white. So there's some more fast stitching for my competition.
Yes, good idea. Yes, I've got some white.
Yeah. And then they have some smaller challenges on a particular topic, which is Hannah Hammy. And there's all this wonderful historical information. So read it if you're interested. I know they're still taking members, I think. So you can jump in and look at it. You only have to do 2.5 hours or 250 stitches, working on your newest or oldest whip. I'm going to bet BethAnn's going to work on her newest whip. Yep, there it is. Me, my oldest, the numbers. What about you, Nellie? Would you go oldest or newest?
I would possibly go my oldest, which is Zoe. Just because it's one that I need to just keep working on.
Plodding on. Double dipping again. Flowers, something with light.
Yeah.
Your favourite food.
Mm-hmm.
And something to do with beverages or celebrations.
Yes.
So it's like just double dip away and life is good.
Yes.
Yep.
So if you're ever worried about double dipping, this is the month to try it, because seriously, the Daily 30 and the Mythological marry up so beautifully.
Yeah.
And it could also be done with magical stitches as well, because there's no set thing you have to stitch on with those. It's just whatever you stitch on.
Exactly. And if
I
you do
really like this year.
250 for these Mythologicals, put two of them together into one magical stitch monster.
That's right.
It's really good.
Exactly.
So that's the monthlies, guys. So lots of fun to be had. Hopefully we've helped and given you a few ideas. And we'll be back to join you with the weeklies coming up in a few days. So thank you for spending a bit of time with us, and we look forward to seeing you around. Happy stitching.
Yes, and happy Easter to people that are celebrating as well.
Yes, happy Easter. Although some people are getting snow, so it's not too spring right now.
This crazy weather we're having. All right. Bye.